This week on The Men Are Talking, the guys discuss what really gets under their skin. You know what really drives me crazy? Ha ha ha. You're just going to have to listen to the episode and see what it is. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the latest episode of The Men Are Talking. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of The Men Are Talking. This week, we are going to be covering a topic that everyone cares about, but everyone's is probably going to be different. This week, we're discussing pet peeves. And we're going to talk about those little things that other people do that just make you want to murder them. Maybe that's just me. Maybe most people just want to beat the shit out of them. But
it's the same thing.
Yeah, I get
I've
full
heard
on.
it both ways.
So really, this is a topic that everyone hates.
Yeah, I get full on
Everyone
murderous. I get full on murderous. I actually almost killed a cell phone company, the entire company, because of my pet peeve. So, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do this. We're going to all discuss pet peeve. Afterwards, we've all written down a pet peeve into a hat. And we're going to take turns drawing from the hat. And then we're going to guess whose pet peeve that is. Because this is something else that we have not discussed with each other. So we're going to see, how well we know each other.
This is part one of a four-part series.
Well,
Four-part series.
if we didn't limit it to one pet peeve, this would have been a 4-hour podcast.
This would have been a Ken Burns documentary.
It would have been. Well, yeah. Whoa,
Ken Burns' pet peeve.
Are you saying if we bring in a camera, PBS will buy this?
Just move the camera slowly over old black and white photographs?
Oh, I was just thinking we would just film in black and white.
Yeah.
And put a little grain in it.
Would the movie be Pet Peeves by starring Tom Hanks or Pet Peeves by Stephen King? Like Pet Cemetery? Anyway, I'm going back to Larry on this one.
Thanks.
Balls.
And I can guarantee you, Bill hopes I edit that out. I'm not. So, this week, we're going to go a different direction. We're going to start with Paul.
Well, fabuloso. And hello to everyone out there. So, my favorite pet peeve is fairly easy to come up with because I have a vein in my neck designated for this particular peeve, which is this phrase, and you have all heard someone say before, it ain't bragging if you can back it up. No, that's what bragging means. Bragging means I can do something and I'm telling you about it. If you can't do it, you're lying. You're either lying or you're bragging. It ain't bragging if you can back it up. No, if you can't back it up, you're a liar. That's what bragging means.
I think they're confusing bluffing. Yeah, I think they're confusing bluffing.
I don't think they're confused. I think they're I don't think they're confused between bluffing and bragging.
Well, because it's not bluffing if you can back it up.
And don't get me started on false bravado, but that's my first one.
My dad can beat up your dad.
Oh, I believe that.
Well, probably not today.
Well, not today. Cage match. But that's what I got. Boom. Done.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this isn't going to be a Ken Burns documentary.
Oh, no, I got 15 more. I was just trying to stick to
That's
one.
the problem. That's why we're doing one at a time.
Well, we'll do one at a time. We'll do the hat, and if we got time, because we all got a list.
Oh, we can do lots of rounds.
All right.
I have a little list. I have a little list.
All right.
That right there. Oh, okay.
I'm a Gilbert and Sullivan fan.
People keep lists.
So, as you guys all know, I basically hate everybody and think everything's stupid.
Correct.
Right.
Present company excluded.
Well, no, you guys.
Most of.
Yeah, you know.
I agree with you, even though my tendency is to say that that's a stupid thing.
Yeah. But
Curses.
which is, oh, I can't. Speakerphones in fucking public.
Oh yeah.
I don't have to be walking through the fucking grocery store, be 3 aisles over, and hear your whole goddamn life story as you're talking to somebody on the phone.
Oh,
You know,
yes.
Get some fucking earbuds, or just hold the phone to your freaking face. I mean, it just drives me freaking nuts.
Earbuds are cheap.
Right.
Even Bluetooth ones are cheap.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Does or for anyone? Does anyone know why people think that the only way to communicate on speakerphone is to hold the phone perfectly horizontal with the horizon,
In their face.
like in front of
Yep.
them, like some sort of like African lip plate?
Mysticata.
No, right now, granted, when,
Maybe.
Yeah.
when I'm driving, if I ever drive again, and I get a phone call, I will put it on the speakerphone, and so I can drive and pay attention and still talk at the same time.
Well, I don't know if you're aware of this. Cars these days, it actually hooks up to the stereo.
Yeah,
Wait,
mine
what?
doesn't. You know, or well, I don't know. I got a new phone. It
These
might,
days
but
being
my
the operative
my vehicle
phrase.
doesn't. So,
But
you
at the
know,
same time, I mean, if it
We can fix
doesn't,
that.
yeah.
you can put your phone on speakerphone, set it on the console of your vehicle, and usually the person can hear you.
You
Or,
can throw
like
it in the
you
back of the
said,
car and they
get a
can still hear
damn
you.
Earphone.
Most phones come with one.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's a couple inexpensive good ones, but since they're not sponsoring us, I'm not going to mention their name.
No, because they're amazing.
But that
Yeah.
was even like. And when you're arguing with somebody on speakerphone, really, just shut up. Go away. Just
Right.
you know what? Just basically don't be on your phone in general in public.
You
Yeah,
really just
I
want,
mean,
you
you
want to
know-
walk up to them with a pad and pencil and just look and just start writing things and looking right in
Actually,
the
when it
face.
happens,
Writing
when it
it
happens
down.
in my store, I go up there and yes, can you like either turn the volume down or just
Go
take it off
outside.
speaker? Yeah, I mean I'll and it really depends on the conversation, obviously.
Well, it starts with
but
the death stare,
Yeah.
right? The polite
It-
thing
yeah.
is to give them the death
That's
stare. Like,
yeah.
Well,
There's a
that's
reason why I'm
that's a thing
staring
now.
at you in this public place because you are doing something wrong. I'm going to give you a second to kind of assess and figure out why you're getting this death stare.
Or another thing I'll do is, hey, how's it going today? Anything I can help you with? And I'll just be right in their conversation, just like it's the nice way of doing it.
So I noticed a little discrepancy because if you hate people and hate everything, why on earth would there even be a need to talk to someone while you're engaged in driving? Why not just ignore the call?
Because he's
And
calling
then-
his insurance.
You, you're calling your attorney.
Yeah.
Look, you can't hate people
So, hey,
unless
it's me
you...
again.
Good cars for
It's me
kids.
again. It's me again, Zarzer.
Hey, you can hate people in general and still like certain persons.
But you can call them when you're done driving.
I tell
Well,
that
you
Correct.
know,
Which is
well,
what
it's
I
usually
do. If I'm in public and my phone rings, if it's
I
not
will
my
receive a
daughter
phone call.
or my wife,
My
I'm-
wife.
My wife.
I,
And
I
usually
don't
that
answer
is
it.
who I am talking to.
But I don't
My
answer
wife-
it.
No, not y'all's wife.
Okay.
Oh, I was about to say. Oh, I need to go, guys. I'll be back.
And yes, no, I've never been married, but I have a wife. According to these
You
guys,
do.
anyway.
Well, no, you totally do.
I have a woman I hang out with all the time. We bicker like crazy,
Yeah.
and we're not sleeping
And you
together.
don't
Yeah.
get laid.
So,
You're married.
Yeah,
You're married.
right.
Kaboom.
Should we get you a toaster?
Oh, well, you know, speaking of, I did just set mine on fire last
Yeah, you could use a new one. All right. That was a good one, Ferg.
Like
All
you,
right.
brother.
That's
Michael?
That's an entire episode is
Yeah.
cell phone usage by assholes.
Okay,
Yes.
Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, so my pet peeve is when someone's talking to you and they repeat what they've said a bunch of times. Not just once, and after the second time, okay, I understand, I got it. And then they want to keep going with it and keep repeating the same thing over and over.
You're talking about Bill, aren't you?
Well,
I'm
that's
not
just
talking. No, we've already said present company is excluded.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying. I remember the other night when he told you your own joke.
However, and you can ask Paul, I told it better.
That
They
is
were the
not
exact same
true.
words.
No,
It is not true. I
No,
put
it's
more
completely
embellishment
true.
in it.
No,
and-
just ask Bill. He told it better.
Oh,
But it's all about timing.
And in Bill's defense, he knows 23,000 jokes, and eventually you got to come around to the first one you told after you get
Well,
done
eventually
to
he'll
the
tell a good
23,000.
one.
Well,
Oh, no, Bill's a good joke
but
teller.
it's also not the first time he told you
and
the joke that I told him.
you did an almost spit take and awarded Michael with winning the internet. I mean, it was that big of a deal to you.
Excellent. So could you go
But
over
yeah.
this one more time?
Okay. I will give a for instance.
Yeah. For instance, would be great.
I just wanted you to repeat what you were talking about.
See, it's different because I was doing it, not somebody else. Was doing me.
And you were requested to.
Fair.
Sorry, couldn't help myself.
Oh, that was great.
Oh, our special needs kid.
Thank you all for including me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, yeah.
Quotas.
It's the least restrictive environment.
It's the only way we can get that sweet federal money.
Wait, what?
We're all head of households on our tax return right now, thanks to you.
But at least you
You're
guys
independent.
at least you guys have stopped taping me to the chair, so I appreciate
by the way,
that.
As long
Will's
as you
not
stop
here tonight.
self-harming.
As long as you keep wearing the helmet, it's fine.
By the way, if anyone from the IRS is listening, that's what we call a joke.
Correct the monkey boy.
You remember your sense of humor, IRS?
All right, so
Yeah, they're renowned for it.
everyone buckle up, because in a crazy turn of events, the same UPC showed up again.
And we
Nothing
moved.
happened to him. He had a good week at work. He did not get even injured a little bit.
It's miraculous.
Yeah,
It-
well,
Welcome back.
even a
We
blind,
may have broken the curse.
even a blind squirrel finds a nut in the woods every now and then.
Why is it gotta be in the woods?
That's
Why
squirrels.
can't the blind squirrel be in suburbia?
What nuts are you finding?
I don't think
Why
Pet
can't-
Shop
why can't-
Boys had a verse about a squirrel in their song Suburbia, but anyway.
Well,
How would a
Okay,
squirrel
why
find
can't
a
you-
nun in the
double
woods?
check, by the way. Double check.
So what's a nun doing in the woods?
Just like the Pope
Wife in the
shitting.
boat.
Very nice.
I mean, if the Pope shits in the woods, there's gonna be some nuns there too.
Yeah, you got me there.
Yeah, that checks out.
All right. Well, there's so many. Oh, there's so many.
Yeah, but we gotta pick one now.
Okay, I'm gonna pick auto tune.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
What do you mean?
Auto tune is
You mean the thing that makes pretty
The
people
great
good
Satan.
singers
yeah.
who can't sing?
Yeah, and it allows. There's so much insidious kind of industry reasons why they use autotune. It allows producers to own all the rights to the music and lyrics because they just buy for a flat fee some laptop generated electro music from some college kids, and they own it, and then they own the lyrics, and then they just pick somebody as a front man or front woman who has no talent whatsoever, but has some sort of face tattoos that the kids will like, or a giant ass that a certain demographic will like, or whatever it is. Or both.
Why are you looking at my
Or
face
all the
tattoo?
things.
Why are you looking at my ass?
Yeah, whatever it is. and they just copy, they create like a musical Potemkin village, and then an auto-tune just allows all of it to.
Wait, what does Mandy
Blend
Potemkin
together.
have to do with it?
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
Have you ever seen Battleship of Mandy Potemkin? It's an
The Battleship of
amazing.
Mandy Potemkin.
It's an amazing classic.
Yeah.
It's mind
It
blowing.
is. It is.
I just wish they had done it.
I I think what you're
I liked
trying
it
to
better when he did the Ronnie Dobbs story, but yeah.
I think what you're trying to say is, like the song that says the lap dance is so much better when the stripper's crying, music was so much better when the singers were ugly.
Yes.
Miss you, Tom Petty.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Petty.
That's right.
Tom Petty could not get a record
huge fan.
contract.
Rod
these days.
Stewart could never get
Oh,
a record contract.
Video killed the radio star.
I'll take Minnie Pearl. No sweat. I don't care. Just sing a good song and write a good song or do the one first.
But auto-tune literally makes me furious when I hear it. And this is where
I feel your pain.
You know, as an I don't want to make presumptuous statements, but this is the thing that makes me feel that I am probably an undiagnosed Asperger or whatever the current
You're an ass.
neurodivergent
No.
quotes thing is.
You may be an
Is
undiagnosed
music-
ass, but
Music
you're
makes me.
Asperger.
Music can make me.
I'm not even a
my
doctor,
mood
and I can
very
diagnose
good,
that.
but it can, in an instant, make me completely angry.
See,
And auto-tune, in a heartbeat, makes me furious.
I'm going to tell you, I am a little on the fence with auto-tune. I'll tell you why. Because I'm okay with it when they really lean into it. Like T-Pain leans into it. There's a Japanese band called Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Heavily lean
How do they
into it.
pronounce that?
I don't know.
Carefully.
But they're amazing.
That's a weird
But
pronunciation.
the lead singer can sing, but there'll be parts where they'll just throw like the heavy, almost robotic auto tune on it, and he'll do something,
okay.
and
So
then it'll
basically what
cut
you-
back to him. But yeah, it's not him, not
What-
being able to sing and
What you're saying is when they use the autotune as an instrument,
correct,
as a piece of music.
correct.
Or
As a supplement.
or as an explicit effect because you're doing something very like conceptual. So in the 70s, of course, we had the vocoder.
Yep,
Herbie Hancock used that on an album.
right.
ELO.
We had bands called space rock bands from Germany and France, and they would do those things. Kraftwerk did all kinds of vocal modulation. and
Peter
processing.
Frampton with the
Well, yeah, with that little
With the experience.
Wasn't it ELO that
But those are all
invented the
analog
vocoder?
technologies.
I don't know.
And
I
they
believe
were
it
very
was.
explicitly used. It wasn't the entire album was this. It was one song was this because it was an out of this world kind of experience
Right.
that they were trying to create.
yeah. That's
How
what I'm
about-
talking
how
about.
about-
Like
how
like
about this?
Not
Not
country
everything.
pop people
Right.
doing rap verses. When,
Interesting
but
point.
yeah, it's standard fare now.
How about to put it this way? It's okay to use it, like Michael said, as an instrument or as an effect or as a tool. But when the singer that you're hiring, you can't sing to save your life, but man, that's a nice rack. We're going to use auto-tune.
yep,
Yes, that's a
And,
problem.
yeah.
yeah.
And that's the
And I didn't go to
majority
the
of the
concert to
cases
hear
in the
her
past
sing.
10 years, 15 years.
Yeah, it's funny that C Cups brings that up.
Why do you got to bring up the kids?
Because, as Bill said earlier, music was better when the singers were ugly. when you had to actually
Yeah,
know how to
Olivia.
you had to actually know how to sing. That was the important part. So, Bill,
Okay, so many.
Pardon me. Can we
yeah.
auto-turn this? Okay.
No,
no, that's
doesn't need it.
perfect.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
that was ultra.
Perfect pitch.
That was
Perfect pitch.
ultra.
We're woke.
Awakened.
All right,
No, just
no,
woke.
I'm not using that as my pet peeve.
We're woke AF.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes. So, my pet peeve, my first pet peeve, and there's a few, but I cannot stand. Totally, I develop such road rage when people travel in the left lane and stay there, and I want to beat them with a tire iron. And they will be like, well, there's a tractor trailer 5 miles up the road and I need to pass it. So I'm just going to sit out here. And the next thing you know, you got 20 cars behind you in the left lane because one butthead won't pull over. Look, I know speeding is against the law, but also it says slower traffic, keep right. It's against the law to drive in the left lane, and you're causing it to become a dangerous situation when you're driving in the left lane.
Indeed.
If you would just scoot over for 2 seconds, let me go by you, pull back out, go around the truck. And people sit there, and I don't mean that and when, what makes it even worse when you, because I will pull up next to them in the right lane, flip them off, and then pass them, and they're on their phone, and I'm like, oh, you just die. And as a truck driver,
A former truck driver.
Nope, still has a
Still
CDL.
have my CDL.
Sorry.
Yeah, but
It's
you're
like a-
employed.
Like a Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same.
Well,
No lot lizards.
no insult to the Marines. That's the
Yeah.
that's the only part that's similar.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So,
UPC?
my question for you is, don't you think the problem really could be resolved if law enforcement actually pulled people over for doing that kind of stuff?
Yes.
I totally agree. I asked a
There's all
police
this
officer.
minor stuff that they never pull people over for, but it's the stuff that leads to bigger stuff.
Yeah,
Here's why.
they want to catch speeders because it's a bigger ticket.
Yeah,
Right.
I asked a police officer here in the fine city of Pensacola, and we appreciate our first responders, but I asked a police officer many years ago, I said, why is it that I am going through the intersection at, say, North Davis and Bayou, or Brent Lane, and the light turns red, and we call it a Pensacola red, green light, and the guy goes through 2 seconds after the light turns red, and his response to me was, well, because normally that happens around rush hour traffic. I'm like, it's Pensacola. There's 2 intersections
Yeah.
with rush hour traffic.
We don't have
And he
8
said
bridges
is
and
we would
tunnels.
be stopping traffic and blocking traffic if we pulled. I was like, do your job. But yes, you are correct. And I remember one time down on 495 going around Boston, and there was there was traffic, and there were people out in the left lane, and somebody went to pull out in the left lane because of construction. And when you're driving a truck with a, what is it, ICC bar, the Interstate Commerce, whatever bar, it's so somebody doesn't roll up underneath you.
Oh, right.
You pull your truck out
The
over
drop bumper?
halfway across the center line, they get back in line, and I watched a state trooper do that to a guy, stick his arm out the window and say, get back in line, don't pull this shit. But it slows everybody down, it causes a dangerous problem, and the last time I got a ticket was because some asshole did that, and I finally have to start bobbing and weaving in and out of traffic, and I'm the one that gets pulled over, not the yahoos that are sitting in the left lane because in 3 miles they're going to pass somebody.
Yeah, I
Michael.
actually,
Sorry,
I'm sorry, Bill.
my turn.
I know it was your turn, but I had something to say, and
And
you
so
went
did
and gave
I.
it to Michael.
Well, yeah, because I had my hand up.
Is that your next pet peeve?
I don't have to. I will edit you out, sir.
That's fair.
You will not have shown up tonight.
No, I was just gonna.
Special editing.
Special ed.
No, I was just going to apologize. I didn't realize you were in front of me on the highway.
We're gonna need a shorter bus.
He was looking at his phone.
I was looking at my phone.
No, what I was gonna say was I actually saw a bumper sticker today that said, "If I passed you on the right, you're in the wrong lane."
That's brilliant. I love it. I'm trying to look up the exact sign, but Bill, first of all, I'm with you all the way. I don't know any state in the union where the law says slower traffic, keep right. Now,
No,
it's
I've
the
seen that
interstate
on-
left.
At the interstate.
It's the interstate. It's federal.
No, it's right.
no,
It's-
hang
slower-
on. Slower traffic, keep right. Okay, so but that's fine. So it's a federal thing.
Yes.
Right, but hang on, un momento. But I do know people that will tell me, well, if the speed limit's 65, I can stay in the left lane. I'm like, no, you can't. Because what they're thinking is, well, you shouldn't be going over 65. I'm like, well, great. You're not a cop. That's not the point of it. The only state I know that has very adamant signs is Colorado. Colorado signs are detailed. They don't just say slower traffic, keep right. They say left lane for passing only.
Yeah.
Michigan has those too.
And people and you will get nailed in Colorado. And in Maryland, just like kind of stay with me for one more second. Like, look, I don't know anyone in Russia. I don't know anyone in China. I think their governments are horrible, but I'm sure the average person's fine. In Maryland, Maryland's the only state in the union where I've been on the interstate, and they don't have any signs in the interstate that even say slower traffic, keep right. Yes, but Colorado's is like, look, you better stay to the right, and that's part of the problem. And people don't understand the slower traffic thing, and they have ridiculous reasoning. I'm sorry, I'm done.
No, you're right. Left lane for passing only is much more pointed to what they mean by slower traffic, keep right.
There you go.
State law in Colorado, it says state law, do not impede left lane.
There you go.
So we have a couple of issues. One is federal versus state. So obviously
Sure.
on the interstate highway system,
Sure.
we've got those, but then we've got state laws. Most states, the left lane in a divided highway scenario, not 4 lanes of city traffic where there's maybe a
Right.
middle turn lane or something.
Yeah.
It's all divided, greater than 4-foot median.
Sure.
And it's funny how I remember all this from driver's ed 30 years ago. The lefter lanes are for
Asperger's
passing
kicking
only,
in.
and you must be as far right as possible unless you are passing. Now, the last time I was in Finland, we were driving
Who cares? That's Finland.
back to Helsinki for the
Were you on your bicycle?
to go to drop me off at the airport so I could leave. And my friend that was driving me, I said, "Look, why don't you go around these people?" And she's like, "No, I have to slot in, because if I am in the left lane and I'm not actually within a car length of a car, I will get a 200 euro ticket, and they will 100% pull me over for it,
Wow.
because
Okay.
that's not the act of passing."
Right.
So you've got to essentially go left lane, get in between cars, then left lane, and then get in between cars. You cannot just cruise down the left lane. Yeah.
Here's
Very
the-
interesting, and that goes back to enforcement. If we enforce the laws, we wouldn't have so many.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Here's the law in Florida. There's supposed to be a law that goes into effect January 2024. Drivers in violation, driving in the left lane, will receive a non-criminal traffic infraction with a fine of up to $158. Until then, current Florida law does state that even if you're driving the speed limit on the furthermost left lane and another vehicle traveling faster than you approaches, you must move out of the left lane.
There you go.
And they're adding a new law to enforce
They're
that.
essentially making it less vague,
Yes.
because currently the law seems a little vague.
Yeah.
Yes, and yes, personal interpretation.
Speed limits aren't limits; they're just recommendations.
Well, actually, when you brought up the thing about, well, I'm going 65, so I'm going to stay in the left lane, or 70, or whatever it is, or in Texas 900. But when a state trooper from your state gets on TV and says, "Look, speed limit 65. We're not going to pull you over if you're going below 75 to 80." And I've done it. I made the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs, but I also, I know, but I also made it from Pensacola
That's the
to
point.
Miami in 9 hours and 15 minutes. I was not going 65. Like, as Sammy Hagar
Same.
once
He couldn't
said,
even drive 55.
"I'm drunk."
And we're not going to talk about it right now, but that was not a mistake in Star Wars.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Is
Yeah,
that
they-
one of your pet peeves?
No, they
No. Well,
ex post
it's
facto
becoming.
corrected it.
No.
Okay.
Well, we're not going there.
There's some physics loopholes where you can, technically
Yeah, there's a whole
you can,
thing.
Basically, you're folding space and poking.
Yes, and that's how hyperspace works.
In a galaxy far, far away in the future, we'll discuss this.
It was a long, long time ago.
Well, I was flipping it around, but
I've heard it both.
Flipping the
ways.
script.
I've heard it both ways.
Well, time is circular.
Well, only
No, it's wibbly wobbly.
Timey wimey.
Yeah.
This is
only if you
All
look
right.
only if you look around.
We're going
All
off the rails.
This is going in a direction.
Larry, what's
in
your
a
pet
direction
peeve?
and time.
Larry, what's your pet peeve?
Wait a minute. Stay in your lane.
A spatial temporal rift.
They're all my lanes.
Larry, besides people talking over you in the podcast, what peeve might you have?
Well, I'll tell you what peeves me.
I'll tell you what.
All right. So I alluded to this by
Are you bragging?
not if I can back it up.
Hey, it is what it is.
Supposedly.
Oh, you guys know all my pet peeves.
All right, look. Regardless of what Bill said.
Again.
Regardless.
How do you guys know all these?
I want Larry to be
No, they're all of
Pacific.
ours.
I want Larry to be Pacific
Yeah, be
about
Pacific,
what he's
please.
gonna say.
Because Atlantic is right out.
All right. So I alluded to in the introduction that my pet peeve caused me to want to murder a cell phone company. Said cell phone company was, and I'm going to say their name because they are
not
not
a sponsor.
sponsoring us,
They won't be after this.
is Boost Mobile.
Well, what could go wrong?
Well, they did an entire ad campaign that the tagline was, "Where are you at?"
Oh, you're being generous.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
Where are you at, dog?
Well, they didn't include that.
Oh, that was literally in their commercials.
Okay.
That was in the talking part, but the copy, if you will, was "Where are you at?"
Mm-hmm.
Which has caused an entire generation to think that is proper speech.
You talking about ending
And-
sentences with prepositions?
Dangling participles, my friend, will friggin' just if you want to get punched, it's super easy. Just end your sentence with preposition when you're speaking to me.
Larry, I understand from where you're coming from.
So does
But
John
it serves
Mellencamp.
you right for buying your cell phone from a bodega.
Well, I didn't buy a cell phone from them. I've never had cell phone service with them, but I did want to destroy the company so that those ads would disappear.
I respect your righteous indignation 100%.
Well, yeah. So, actually, I don't know if any of our listeners have ever heard of well, he calls himself a rapist, but he's a he's a nerdcore.
Wait,
Yeah, he's a nerdcore.
problem. Right off
I'm
the
not
bat.
citizen.
I'll take that rapist for.
No, this is actually Schaefer the Dark Lord.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. His initials are STD.
Tell me he uses 3 P's.
Nope. But yeah, Schaefer the Dark Lord.
Is the 7 silent?
In one of his songs, which is actually called "The Rapist."
Is it spelled with how many P's?
This is a bad idea.
Okay,
Two
so it's
P's.
not like
Okay, but it's still
it's
a
not like
bad
Celebrity
idea.
Jeopardy.
No,
I was
I'll
thinking
take
more
the
of,
rapist for 1,000.
I was
Oh my
thinking of more
God.
of Tobias Funke.
Or like
Yeah.
an Alvarez.
And then Alrabist.
no. But
Oh Lord.
in one of his songs, the Rapist, he has a line where he says, "Where's that at?" And then he breaks and goes, "And I'll never do that again." And by that I mean in a sentence with a preposition.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But
excellent.
yeah, that's. Oh,
Very,
Very listens to that song literally 1,000 times a day.
You want to hear it?
At
It's
least
on my
that-
phone.
At least that
I still could care less.
that portion of the song, at least.
This segment brought to you by Weird Al's song Word Crimes.
Oh, Mr. Yankovic.
And on that note,
Mm.
we're going to move to our next segment,
Peeves from a hat.
which is going to be.
Hat peeves.
Oh no, I prefer Peeves from a hat.
Okay.
Hat Peeves was good. If he hadn't done Peeves from a hat first, you'd have won. But
Whose hat is it,
he did.
by the way?
All right, so I'm going to go first.
It's my Superman hat.
Oh.
I'm going to draw this one. Take a look.
You all can't see the look on Larry's face, but
What is
he,
it?
He has to light a
seems-
cigarette before he
he's-
says
You
this.
have to read it
he
out
seems-
loud, whatever it is.
he's
All right.
he seems
Oh,
humored
no,
and
no,
verklempt.
I'm gonna read it out loud.
Because then we have to guess whose it is.
But yeah, I've got it narrowed down to 2 already. So the pet peeve is can't find a bartender at the trail, even if 2 are working.
I think that's really all of us.
Oh,
Well,
Wow.
shots
might-
fired.
It might be,
Or
but,
not.
But who actually wrote it down? All right, so I am going to go with UPC.
Nope.
I'm going to go with Bill.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Yeah.
guess Bill, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Oh,
Yeah.
the number of times that you walk in there on a Friday or Saturday night, and there are two chains are working, 2 bartenders, and you.
I thought you were talking about the rapper was working.
Yeah.
Special
And
guest
you
star.
He's worked in
literally,
years.
literally, and you stand
Well, that's why I
there,
thought he would be at the trail
you know,
bartending.
literally for an hour, and
And that's not being
Yeah.
facetious.
Literally.
That's
Literally.
Literally.
yeah.
yeah.
I've heard that
And-
literally a billion times.
But I picked that one over another one I was going to pick because we all hang out there. So I thought maybe, just maybe I had a better chance of disguising whose that
It's
was.
like balderdash, really.
But I mean, it's the same way in any bar, you know.
Oh, it's annoying as hell.
Yeah, and especially if you're like downtown, like,
Forget
you
about
know, one of the big bars and you're trying to get a drink and you
Oh,
don't-
yeah.
again, you don't have auto tune and cleavage and you're trying to get a drink, you're 3 deep
it. You're standing. You're
And-
indivisible.
and then
and then you're short on top of that.
yeah,
I
and
mean,
then
at least I can
you're
stand
holding your
behind
hand
people
up,
and they see me.
and you're like,
Invisible.
hey lady,
They see you if they're
you're
there.
not getting
I
a
need
drink.
the flavor in the.
Yeah, my father-in-law used to do this thing, not at a bar, but at a diner, truck stop,
Church.
or no, he didn't do that either. But when we would stop, you know, he wants breakfast, you know, be in, out, 10 minutes back on the road. And he won another glass of water, a cup of coffee, and he would woohoo from his table. Woohoo! And point to his coffee cup or his water glass.
Wow.
And one time he looked at me and he goes, well, I guess I'm going to have to woohoo. And then he woohoos, they come over, pour him his coffee or water, and then he fucking didn't touch it.
Oh, man.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so as he's
Oh.
walking out the door, right when he went to leave, he's like, and take a sip of it because he was being an ass. But I've seen the guy walk behind the counter at a truck stop into the kitchen to find someone to cash him out. So I'm not that way at the
Who
trail,
was
but
this?
my father.
Oh.
And by the
may
way,
he rest his
Oh,
soul.
yeah.
by the way, to our wonderful listeners, if you've never stopped at a diner, truck stop, church, you are missing a bet. That is something you gotta check out.
Reserve the showers
No, it's-
ahead of time.
You got everything you need right there.
You can actually skip it if you will watch the Bill Maher movie Religulous.
They will provide towels and lot lizards. house.
There you go.
If you need one.
Very inclusive.
They're all named Mary Magdalene.
Wow.
All right, Paul.
Oh, I got to pick.
Yeah, pick one.
Okay,
It's gonna be fun.
Do 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 do. Na 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 na.
Is that the Gong Show?
Yes.
I'm not saying
What is it?
Come on.
No, what is it?
panda bears. Somebody hates panda bears.
I just have to guess.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, nope. That's what it is. It's
What is it?
panda
It says
bears.
panda bears?
It says panda bears.
Seriously.
As far
As
as you
red
know.
Chinese.
Wait, what does it say? Come
Are
on.
you really burning it?
I'm really burning it.
It doesn't say panda bears.
You're right. It doesn't say panda
What's
bears.
it say?
It says dolphins.
So long,
If it's
thanks
a
for all the
Miami
fish.
Dolphins,
apparently.
that would be mine. You already guessed mine. What was it?
Come on.
It was dolphins.
No, it
No,
No, it was
wasn't.
dolphin panda bears, and they don't even exist. So never mind.
man, bear, pig.
Half shark, alligator, half man.
No.
All right,
Oh.
It
so
was short guys named Paul. So what are you gonna do?
Is that what it was?
It
Short
was
guy's name.
short
Paul?
guys named Paul.
Did you write that down?
No,
Self-loathing,
Self-loathing.
loathing,
no,
loathing. It's
no. I loathe myself.
was that Michael?
No, it's not me.
I would guess that was you, PC.
Oh, I don't know who it was.
What?
Yeah.
What really was it? Because
Okay, so there's 5 left still. So there was someone put in an extra
Oh.
one.
I didn't do that.
I
I
didn't
was.
do that.
I told you the one I was going to do to get a reaction
Which
from
is
you.
my
but
guess
we've
is
seen-
that's what it was.
No, I didn't write that.
All right, so Paul, pull another one.
Well, but I'm a big Greenpeace endorser, especially when they both sink. Okay.
boats.
Oh, I can't read this one because it's mine.
Oh, well then fold it up, put it back.
Are you
Get
going to
another
take
one.
up the whole episode?
Yes.
That was the plan.
His drawing technique is
Hold that.
so meticulous.
Na 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 na. Homeless people.
What, homeless?
Homeless people. Really? Somebody's peeve is homeless people.
Well, they are.
I mean-
fucking annoying.
Okay, but no, if you mean like
That's a person.
I know who it is.
It's not-
I
it's not
think
me.
I have an
I
idea.
know.
But I stand with that one in solidarity.
and I know why, by the way. So can I tell you why I know?
Why?
Because Ferg, who is a hard-working guy, has had to threaten violence to some vagrants. Okay, they weren't just people that didn't have a home, but they were hanging around. They were bothering people, and he had to go. Look, you need to leave this establishment where I work, or things are going to get rough. And this has happened a lot lately. So I know why. At the moment, he's really peeved. Not people down on their luck, but people that are jerks, to say the least.
Well,
Do you
no,
know why this happens more
Yeah,
frequently?
you were right. It was me.
Because
Okay.
people
I-
are
you know,
feeding
yeah,
the
exactly.
trolls. Don't feed the trolls.
Right.
Right.
But okay, there is that. Yes, I
They would
almost.
pick a different corner
I almost
if
beat
they
one up
didn't
last
get
night.
anything
Right,
from that
'cause there's-
corner.
But he
Bird.
bowed up at me first, so you
Of
know I
course.
got no issue. with
No.
that. But
Where
also,
did this-
I'm just like, get a fucking job.
There you
Where-
go.
Go get a
this-
goddamn job.
Where did this happen at?
His place of work.
Yes.
Well, the
Nine.
Pacific location where it happened at was
6895 North 9th Avenue.
Allegedly,
I think they're looking for a
allegedly,
name.
the other
Yeah.
guy started it.
No, he just wanted to say where
No,
was
if
that.
you're, if you're coming from Louisiana, Fur works at the Diner Truck Stop Church on I-10. So stop and say hello.
on the frontage road.
There you go.
All right. Well then.
But yes, I hate
did-
homeless people.
Well then.
There
I
you
think
go.
I
Then
do
I think
too.
it's-
And you know what sucks is it's now politically incorrect to hate them,
Well,
and it's fucking bullshit.
Oh, fuck
No.
political correctness.
Right.
There are so many things in place for the people who give a fuck about actually not being homeless to do something about it. It's the people who choose either not to take the drugs they should be taking, or to take the drugs they shouldn't be taking.
Whoa.
That's a broad generalization that is not necessarily true.
Well, I wasn't
In
talking
every
about
case.
broads.
I gotta tell you, my
Woke AF.
yeah, that's
Cheers
the
on
name
that
of our new podcast. It's a spin-off starring UPC. It's gonna be recording
Three's
from
a
a.
crowd.
It's gonna be recording from a submergible.
Or
But
submersible. I've heard it both
Uh,
ways.
No.
My-
It's a mixture of a submersible
Yeah.
and a dirigible.
my,
My bad.
no, it's okay. My
It's a
favorite
the
homeless guy's
humanity.
story.
Yes.
I'm with you for
Many years ago, my wife and I and another couple were driving down the road in our cars back to our homes because we're not homeless. And one of the people that was in the vehicle with us.
But you are between contracts.
Yes.
So that could change at any moment.
At any moment. Hey, you guys may need to find a new studio.
Oh, no. We'll just buy this one.
Okay.
From the bank.
I ain't paying rent.
exactly.
Anyway, this woman.
Moving on.
Next peeve.
Okay. Other people's kids.
UBC.
UPC.
Hell, easy. Yeah.
You got me.
Well,
In case anyone's
So the-
wondering, UBC has been pushing for that to be an episode. So
like he's one of the two of us who don't have kids. And,
Here's
you know,
here's the interesting thing is, other people's kids don't like UPC.
Good fences make good neighbors.
I don't know, something there is that doesn't like a wall,
all right, Michael.
but nice Robert Frost reference.
Outstanding.
but mine wasn't.
We're not going to talk about that one at all.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Fucking breeders.
Not if you want to do an episode of
Vern
it.
and I are going to be best friends
Oh,
after
hey,
this episode.
my pull-out game is strong.
My leave it in
Hey,
game
I
is
have a
quite
question
strong
for
too.
you. Why do they call it a pull-out couch, but nobody does?
Very nice. Very nice.
All right, Michael. What'd you pull?
Out. Wait, I ended that in a preposition. Is out? No, it's
Oh.
It was dangling though.
I always pull it and
It
dangle.
takes Michael a minute to figure out what
Well,
stuff
he's
says.
special. It takes him a while to read.
You want me to read it for you?
Do you need someone to read it for you?
I can do this.
Well, the bus driver's not here, so you gotta do it on your own.
Bless his heart.
all right, well-
Trying.
People that use aliases and poor bread to meat ratio in sandwich making.
Oh,
does that mean?
that would be Paul.
What does
I
that
am
mean?
trying to figure that out. That's why I was like,
Let me
what?
see that.
ABC,
No.
aliases. You snuck two in.
You mean people who use aliases?
I've heard it both ways. Yes. Hey,
What's the sandwich one? What is that?
bread
Poor
to meat
bread,
bread
a
to
poor
meat
bread
ratio.
to meat.
poor bread to meat ratio in sandwiches.
Correct.
Yeah,
Everyone's
yeah,
really
yeah, like
overly
Subway.
sandwich
Yeah, like
sandwiches.
I gotta. This was
No,
supposed to be
in other
one we
words,
didn't just
not enough
discuss
meat
last
for
night.
the
Right.
for the bread. Yeah.
Or had a sandwich.
What are you
with
talking about?
Sorry.
We
enough
discussed it
bread.
tonight.
No,
Sorry.
Before we started
And-
recording.
Hold on, I do need to say this too. It was spelled correctly, but in my head, I'm thinking pour bread as in like
Pouring sandwiches.
pouring bread. And meat ratio
P-O-U-R. He was pouring his
I know you spelled it correctly, but
Well,
my brain
I-
just
I
was
thought it
not
I
was
just
working.
realized
people-
this is getting way easier
Poor
to like
bread.
guess who's because
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
we're down to
Wow.
2.
We're down to 2. All right, so UBC, you're gonna get mine,
Unless it's another one that I snuck in.
or Michael's.
2 weeks
Or
in a
another one I
row.
snuck in.
He's
Or I'm
adding
just going to
editing.
say something that's not necessarily what's written on the paper.
Oh, that would be funny.
Yeah. All right. When people chew with their mouths open,
Michael.
sick. I corrected that. But anyway, Yes, that is a pet peeve of mine as well.
I think that's the one of everybody's.
And no, okay, yeah, never mind.
Because
When
I
they
don't know.
first
I don't
use
know.
it, they're not
Is it Michael?
Yeah, no, it was totally me.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
because the
I-
snap, yes, that.
Oh.
Yeah.
That right there.
Yeah.
I got no idea what you're
Oh
talking
my
about.
god.
I don't know if all of you
that's
growing up
another
were
Especially like
screamed
gum.
at.
Oh,
Oh,
gee.
100%.
Good Lord.
Oh.
Yes, I was.
May I have my tell an anecdote?
Oh
about
yes,
that?
of course.
Please.
About how that was my
Tell
last
us a
date with
story
someone?
instead.
Oh,
Are you? Is everyone here familiar with the
Dating?
general
Yes.
Asian culture thing where slurping of soup and
Yes.
smacking
Yeah,
their
that-
food or whatever is cool?
Yes.
It's like acceptable, if not preferred.
correct.
It's like burping.
But it
Certain-
doesn't matter. It's fucking annoying and disgusting. And if I'm not in Asia,
Right.
if I'm in Asia,
That would be
fine.
different.
When in Rome,
That's,
right?
that's cultural preference.
But
Wait. Rum's in
when in
Asia?
Rome,
But
When
no.
did that happen?
do as the Romans do.
Well, you know.
Unbelievable.
Lo mein.
There was a gal that I had
Both ways.
a short-lived,
Tryst?
long-distance relationship with, who lived in the D.C. area, and we met each other a couple of times. And then one time we met in Atlanta because that was the most convenient, and we decided we would go hit some restaurants in Atlanta. So we're sitting there, a nice restaurant, and she ordered like a duck entree, and I had something else, I don't remember, but we're talking, and she's just smacking, and I'm like, are you chewing gum? Like, first of all, chewing gum in a restaurant. First of all, chewing gum at all. Like,
Yes,
anyone over
agreed.
12,
Well, she was waiting.
stop chewing gum. It's stupid.
She was waiting for
Gross.
the duck to walk
Yeah.
in.
Unless
You know,
it's, unless it's
smacking
big
it
red.
with her mouth open, like just smacking it. Yeah, like a valley
You
girl
know,
or
if
something.
it's like a breath mint
But
type
then
thing,
she
then
goes,
fine.
no, that's duck fat. And she had been smacking on this duck
Ah.
fat, and it took me a while to realize that she was just chewing the duck fat like gum. And I was like,
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
and
Wow.
I took my napkin, I'm like, spit
Whoa.
it out.
Like a
It's just in
child.
mine. What's wrong?
All right,
this-
finish this story.
this
Oh, by the way,
quickly.
she was Asian.
This relationship didn't last.
Anecdote.
But what?
This relationship didn't last.
No, that night I was like, yeah. It was a very
He's
Seinfeld
like, hey, I'm
moment.
gonna have to duck out.
It was like man hands, close talker, low talker,
Wait, was
bad
this
naked.
an
It was a
internet?
very
Was this an
Seinfeld-y.
internet date?
It was an internet-based.
Wait.
We met on the internet.
Wait, did you just
Through a
say
dating
bad
site.
naked?
Yeah, Seinfeld.
Oh.
It's like one of those Seinfeld moments where it's like, nope, this is over.
Well,
based on this one thing.
He looked at her and he said, so long, goodbye, auf Wiedersehen, foie gras.
But that was it.
Very
That was, no, yeah.
Very
was it.
Well
nice.
played.
No, that's it. I am glad you you regaled us with that.
That was
I'm
an-
glad. Don't ever tell that story again.
That was an antic story.
That was gross.
Yeah.
All right, so there's one more, and I think I know whose it might be. I haven't read it yet, but I am also a little slow on the uptake and may have forgotten. who
I'm
read it.
gonna guess Larry.
I
He's
think you're
reading.
wrong.
He's
The
slowly reading.
word portfolio. Larry, why?
I hate that fucking word.
Because he prefers Trapper Keeper.
Always.
But I mean,
What?
go ahead.
What did portfolio ever do to you? He's a nice guy.
Seriously, stop.
Don't say it.
I hate that word. It
Oh,
So-
I don't know why.
Like an artist's portfolio, you just.
Don't say it.
oh, yeah.
Don't say
It's
it.
like a
I have empty
Ben.
bottles to
yeah.
throw.
It's like our friend Ben with the word moist.
I have
I am going to have
No.
to put portfolio in my
Oh.
repertoire.
Oh, you don't even know
Well,
how
okay,
bad you just
repertoire.
fucked up.
Oh, if you say the word moist around.
Oh, no, I know.
Ben,
Yeah.
I know what it does.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
whenever anyone reacts to the word moist, I make sure to
Yeah,
use
I
it
lean
in every
in.
fucking sentence
I lean in.
possible.
Oh, yeah.
You know
because
why?
it's a legitimate word.
But why
and
is
if you
it?
use
What
it
is
in a
about the
legitimate
word?
context,
I don't
makes
know.
it weird or
Like,
creepy.
Who doesn't want their
I
brownies
say,
to be
you know why I
moist?
lean
Yeah,
in?
I was just
I
gonna
like
say
a moist
cake.
brownie.
Yeah.
Because
The
yeah,
only-
because I do
only
not
good cakes
I do not
are
want
moist.
I want a
Girl
moist
Scouts have
cake.
so much.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Who doesn't?
I don't want to wet
Everyone
cake.
does.
Otherwise, you've got cornbread.
Yeah, and Although
cornbread.
I like moist cornbread too.
Well, yes, of course. Who
Fresh
doesn't?
cornbread, which is actually still moist,
Moister than
but is
others.
delicious.
What about a moist portfolio?
I enjoy.
I believe.
And this next segment is called "Fuck Ferd."
Moist cancel culture has really degraded our moistenry industry.
I agree.
Well, the paradigm has shifted away from portfolios.
Oh, said it again.
I hate that.
So
paradigm.
far,
we're
you have
using
to
it.
you have to say it once because you're the only one who has
Well,
it.
Next thing
Yeah,
you
usually
we did.
used by
Okay,
assholes
we got
who
it.
don't know
Yeah,
what paradigm means.
Just so everyone's aware, next week we'll have a whole new group of guys.
everybody's fired.
He's going to check his portfolio. to see
For
who's
using the po word. Don't use the po word. Apparently, next thing you know, someone's going to start saying neat, neat.
Well,
Why do you
that'd be
keep
awesome.
saying
well,
that?
until such time as someone brings a shrubbery to the podcast.
Or a herring.
Oh, that is. Well, herring's actually herring is in season right now in the North Sea.
Well, then
Now
Well,
I'm
we have to go all the
Then
way
the
to
Knights
the
have a
Netherlands
chance.
to
Well-
get it.
Well,
But
You know how to give a guy a boner, man.
Yeah,
this is the whole
Yeah.
once a new period where the fresh.
my
first
my
run
friend
herrings.
from Iceland will actually be in town this next week.
Tell him to
wow.
bring some herring, but actually no, because customs and agriculture won't like that.
They will not.
No, they
although,
won't.
although,
So tell
although
them not
they,
to bring herring.
But put the herring in a condom.
They do allow her to bring salted
No.
cod.
No, don't do that.
It's not the same.
Yeah,
Oh no! Oh no! It's disgusting.
salted cod.
But one of our friends loves it.
You've never had bacalao, Spanish bacalao, or Portuguese bacalao?
Yes,
Good stuff.
I have. I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you can have all the
So you know what
bacalao.
else I don't like?
Wait, what's
the word
bac-
portfolio?
What's bacalao?
It's not
It's
baklava.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, what
It
is
means
it?
cod. Bacalao is the Spanish word for cod, but also in Portuguese, bacalao is the Portuguese word for cod, which is spelled differently, but
Ah.
pronounced fundamentally the same.
All right.
Yeah, and it's a salted cod. Oh, well, I mean that's the fish, but
What's,
like
what's
the
the
dish,
Italian word for cod?
I don't know.
Probably something close.
I think
They
all.
don't have cod in the Mediterranean.
I think
Pet-
it doesn't matter. If
Yeah,
it's fish,
yeah,
it's
they
They
don't
pesci.
make it imported, and there's a word for it, I'm sure, but I
If
don't
it's
know.
fish, it's pesci. It doesn't matter. It's all
Yeah.
fish. Whatever. We're gonna season it.
Well,
we don't
you're,
care.
you're Italian.
I'm half
That's
Italian.
right. He's a little Italian, but
And I'm sitting right over here.
anyway, salted cod, Spanish style, Portuguese style is amazing. It's a wonderful dish.
So can we just stop going through the portfolio of fish?
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Did that-
Ladies and gentlemen at home, I'm sitting in between Larry and everyone else, and I'm getting a little nervous.
You should be.
Yes,
Well,
because
I'm about to
And then
go
he's
over.
like, well, Ferg's
Because-
allergic to all things maritime,
because I'm
which is
gonna,
ironic.
'Cause I joined the Navy.
Tin-can sailor.
because I will say for the record, I've not used the po word, but I feel like I'm going to be, what do they call it when you, the fodder, the
Cannon
thing,
fodder.
No. Collateral damage.
collateral damage in the melee.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you
because
very
I'm going to
much.
be going through you.
Well,
I know.
Larry is definitely the biggest of us.
You're gonna be
I can probably
Paul's gonna
step
be
up.
the
Paul
China shop,
You know?
Yeah,
and
no,
Larry's gonna be the bull.
Larry might use me as a weapon, so we'll see what happens. Notice,
yeah.
nobody,
Fastball
notice no
special.
one's laughing at that idea.
Right, so let's
It's the
do
fastball
it.
special.
That's because everyone went, oh, we might get
Yeah.
hit with a ball.
Basically, you're
We have time
Colossus,
for another
he's
pet peeve.
Wolverine.
Fastball
And-
special.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have time for another pet peeve.
This time, though, we're going to start with UPC because I got a feeling he's going to drag on the longest. And
No, I'm gonna give one that I think.
And we
that
can
everyone
end with
can-
Michael because we can
He's
make
special.
him stop.
Well, I have
So-
one that I think a lot of
That
people
sounds
can
like a
comment
challenge.
Oh, it was. That was the whole
Fair.
point.
That's fair.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. All right. What you got?
on. It's, I don't know how to phrase it, but it's basically.
use words.
Yeah,
And
well,
Phrase
it's
it.
preferably
basically
English ones.
how in the Western internet world, internet access world, there's an entire... The people who do things and make things live at nothing more than like upper middle class, whereas people who have no talent, no skills, no education can instantly become nouveau riche, douchebag, rich motherfuckers just because they have some kind of TikTok video that everyone likes.
Or a podcast.
And usually,
Or a podcast, yeah.
and usually that video or the thing that they do is not actually productive to the world. Like how to do your makeup a certain way.
Yeah.
This is something I learned from.
What you're
That
talking
makes
about?
women
What you're talking
prettier.
about is instant millionaire influencers. That's
Right.
that's the
That
word
thing,
for
I
them.
guess,
That's
whatever.
the word for what you're
I
saying.
wouldn't-
IMIs?
Influencer.
Talking about AMIs?
IMIs?
Yeah, it's the millionaire
Millionaire
influencers.
Oh,
I need to trademark that.
influencers. I
I
can't.
invented it.
I don't
No,
mind somebody
you
coming up, an
abbreviated
intelligent
it.
person, whether they have a college degree or not. They're intelligent, they're smart, they come up with a product, a service, an idea, and people like it and want it, and they become overnight successes. But, I don't know why, but I keep going back to cleavage. But I have cleavage, so you care about what golf balls I use.
Right?
Yeah, I don't.
Well, I do. I mean, yeah.
I'm a titleist
I-
guy. Just put that out there. No.
I will liken it to basically being rich because you're famous, but you're only famous because you're famous.
Right. Yeah. Not.
Kardashians.
Yeah. No. And,
Ooh, yeah.
No, that's good. Yeah. Famous because you're famous.
They're famous for being famous, yeah.
What else did you do?
Kardashian!
You know, actually, years ago, there
Sorry, I
Well,
sneezed. I
well,
apologize.
well,
You
when
can
someone
edit
was
that sneeze
introduced,
out.
maybe there was a gala event, and they would say, "Oh, well, here, entering here, we have, movie star so and so, or musician so and so, or public figure, a politician, or
Doctor.
writer, or
Paris Hilton.
whatever."
Or
But
inventor.
you never heard on those introductory red carpet things, oh, now coming up is celebrity so-and-so. Celebrity itself is a title, and it's not...
Right.
Obviously, everyone there on the red carpet is a celebrity, but the only thing that they can attribute to that person
Is their
is
celebrity.
you're a celebrity. That's fucked up.
Agreed.
One.
100%.
All right.
100%.
So, Bill.
Alright. Mine, and I think we can all agree.
Mm.
I think I'm gonna take everybody on board with me. You'll see where I'm at. And mine is put a damn napkin in the bag in the drive-through.
Damn straight.
Oh yes.
As
Oh,
UPC often
Jesus.
says, what do they do?
They fuck you at the drive-thru. That's what they do. They
Fuck
fuck
you
you
at
at
the
the drive-thru.
You're making nowadays
Thanks, Joe Pesci.
I just call him Joe.
That means
Post-
fish, by the way.
post-COVID,
Pesci.
not post-Malone, post-COVID.
Right.
You're making $12 to $18 an hour to put a hamburger and a bag of fries. Goddamn, put the fries right side up.
Oh,
So if I want to eat them on the way home, I can pull the
But hey,
container.
damn straight.
don't put dirty fucking ketchup packets on top of the fries
So yeah,
that you probably picked up off the
But-
floor, and I didn't even ask for ketchup in the fucking first place.
how many times? you know,
Wasting money.
like there's a particular
Food waste.
there's a particular sandwich shop. I don't want to say the name, but it sounds like Wubsay. And you go in there and you usually get your sandwich with oil and vinegar, and they put one measly napkin. And by the way, the napkins don't absorb shit except for oil and vinegar.
Well, that's because, even though we are woke AF, that's because they're recycled.
I don't care.
And-
You can make something recycled that's soft, and it actually will. When you wipe your hand across it, it doesn't just smear it.
Not from what I,
Smear
not,
it.
not from Not from what I've tried.
Seriously, if you stop and think
It's
about
got a
it,
higher thread count.
how many times have you gone through a drive-through, had to park your fucking car, and go inside and go, could I get my dipping sauce? Could I get a straw?
Or could I get
some
any of the
salt?
things that I ordered because you just gave me someone else's fucking order?
Well, Ferg is the king of that.
Oh my
Could
god.
you please tell the story of the day that you were given the wrong meal?
Oh, which one?
The big one.
Okay. So I'm at work and
I'm sorry, anecdote.
I'm at work and I'm by myself. Yes.
Did you order any espresso?
And no,
Where were you at?
work. Anywho,
Let's
That
not make
was
a
our
federal
thing.
production out of this, okay?
Ferg was work AF.
I'm stuck there by myself, and so I order something for dinner.
Food would be my guess.
Yes, I order a burger from some burger joint and whatever. The, DoorDash, Uber Eats, or whatever freaking,
They're not
company
sponsors.
delivery
we don't
service.
use
whichever delivery
a
service
delivery service.
Whichever
On
delivery
Facebook,
service
you could say their name.
They go, you met? I'm like, yeah, and I got a line full of people, and I can't, so I finish up with the line full of people, I finally turn around and realize that there's a freaking Denny's bag, on the counter. I'm like, I did not order Denny's. I ordered a burger from a burger joint. They totally dropped off, but I didn't look. It was like, yeah, I just dropped it. Whatever.
Did you get moons of raw hammy though? I mean, that
No.
might be better than a burger.
And so there was
It's like crab cakes.
right.
I mean, if they had those.
Well,
I
but
know.
then what? And I was like, oh, okay. At least they got bacon. And then I looked at I was like, all right, fine, bacon. And any listener knows
Wait, did it come with holiday sauce?
Actually, it was eggs Benedict. and bacon. And so the eggs Benedict, I was like, yeah, fuck that, because the holiday sauce.
It's not Christmas.
Right. And then I take a bite of the bacon. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I look at because I'm like, I'm not
It
gonna.
was turkey bacon.
It was
wasn't
turkey bacon. Yeah.
Hello.
That's not even bacon.
I know, I'm like-
You should not be able to call that.
Devastating.
I'm just like, fuck this.
Oh, that's
And
devastating.
I'm just on.
Oh,
Yeah, and let me guess. You did not have a phone number you could call for customer service to say, "Hey, this is fucked up."
Because they're out in San Francisco.
You had to send them an email, and meanwhile, you're still
No, they
fucking
are.
hungry.
That's where
Right.
That's what
yeah,
they're
you
based
can
out of.
chat with them.
Yeah.
Chat
Right.
GPT.
So I did that. They gave me my money back or credited my money. So the next time I used them, they were like, "Fuck you! I'm never using you guys again. You suck." But
You're still hungry.
right.
Oh, speaking of that, and not to get off on a sidebar, but I was one who brought it up.
What
We
podcast are you
ordered
on?
a side note.
Those of us into math would call it a tangent.
I mean,
Well, I'm into math block.
you mean
So
The
I,
man.
know.
I ordered
Yes, in it.
I
There
ordered
is
something from a local restaurant, great restaurant, Mellow Mushroom, love it. Ordered it, and I can't remember which one of the delivery services I ordered.
This is not brought to you by Mellow Mushroom.
No, Mellow Mushroom did a great job. The food, it wasn't the problem with the food. It was the problem with the asshole that delivered it got a call to pick somebody up at the airport and evidently drive him to fucking McDavid and then drop my cold pizza and soggy Caesar Greek salad off.
Oh.
But yeah, I think we can say not just the napkins. They fuck you at the drive-thru.
That's
I
true.
get so tired.
So it couldn't be more true.
You have one job. That's it's simple. And I feel bad. I mean, Matt was, Ferg was at work. He's drunk. He's trying to sober up.
He's not lying.
He's trying to sober up enough to clock
that's-
out properly.
He's like, I didn't need holiday sauce. I had eggnog.
Right? But or then again, all these when you order something through a delivery service from a fast food place, Because the fast food places don't actually pour your drink anymore unless you're actually going through the drive-through. They,
Hand
you
you a
order,
cup.
they'll hand you a cup and you got to go pour it your damn self.
Right.
Well, the delivery service guy or girl or whoever will, go, yeah, I'm picking up an order for, like, oh, okay, it's right there. And they just grab the bag and they walk out.
No drink.
Yeah.
And no drink. You never get the drink.
Never
You
get
know, like, even though you ordered the combo,
Although since they're gonna have 12 stops before they get to you, it would
Gonna
just
be
be melted
flat.
ice.
right.
Yeah.
All right, two things. One, hollandaise. I hate.
If
I
you
hate,
give us the
I hate hollandaise.
where
Hollandaise
that word
is
came
delicious.
from,
I've hated it as a
Changing
child.
my
This, this
It came from the
podcast
movie
is
Roman
pro
Holiday. Everybody
Hollandaise.
knows that.
And my first spelling
My
bee
wife will eat
that
it
I
with a
won
spoon.
that led me to the national spelling bee, which I think was 1987.
Hey, don't brag. if
The
you can't
winning
back it
word
up.
that I had was hollandaise, and then I did like a little fucking local TV news thing because I was going to National Spelling Bee. And they're like, "How did you know how to spell that?" And it's like, "Because I hate it so much. Because when I see it on a menu, I know not to order it.
Oh,
Sense.
You know your enemy."
Oh,
the,
yeah.
other is for those of you that use Uber Eats or DoorDash. I have never used it. Does it give you? I'm curious. Does it give you an option to give a gratuity? Of
Yes.
some kind?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know where that gratuity goes? Not to the people who make the order and prepare
To
it.
the driver.
It goes to the
It
driver.
does not. We get so as a person who works in a restaurant that DoorDash picks up from, we get zero gratuity from those orders. Order from the restaurant directly if they have that option.
Okay.
Don't go through these third party.
But how are they going to deliver it
Point-
to me?
Point
Well, we
taken.
don't deliver.
We,
Well,
we
then,
just
yeah.
discovered that UPC apparently works in the service industry.
I would.
We
prefer
tried not to get close enough to him to find out where he works
Yeah,
because
'cause
we
I-
thought he
oh,
would
yeah.
be dead.
Oh, I thought it was a smell.
Oh, I was gonna say
I've heard it both ways.
I'd rather give my gratuity to the driver than UPC. So,
Correct.
Okay, well then there
because
we
then
go.
he'll tell me where the word holidays came from. Holidays.
goes.
Holiday. I don't
So
know.
who are we on?
We're on me.
Okay.
Oh.
So mine has actually already been mentioned, not by someone else, but while everyone was having their fun and just naming off all the terrible, terrible things that people say, like supposedly. And I'm looking at you, George.
It is what it is, man.
But that's the one. It is what it is. No, it's not.
It's the most banal tautology
Yeah, it is not.
ever.
I mean,
Everything is what
no,
it is.
no, it is what it is the height of I give up.
Cop
It's a
out.
waste of breath.
It's
It's-
stupid.
It's 21st century whatever.
Exactly.
No,
Just say whatever.
no, whatever.
At least indicate that you
Whatever.
don't give a fuck what the other
Whatever.
person's saying by saying
Might
whatever.
indicate you
Is-
don't
Yeah,
care.
it is what it
It
is.
indicates
Hey,
you don't
whatever.
care.
Larry,
It is
Larry.
what it is saying this is the way it is. There's nothing I can do about it. There is something you can do about it.
Well, Larry, well,
It should
sometimes it just be like that.
Well, that changes everything. I'm with you all
I,
the way,
I
brother.
don't know if you're aware of this, Michael.
Hey, Larry,
You are not an NFL player.
Larry, they don't think it be like it is, but it do.
Okay.
Bill, you also are not an NFL player.
Nice follow
Oh,
up.
but that was
I
it.
think it is what it is akin to, hey, let's just agree to disagree.
No. No.
you.
Hold on, no.
I am okay with that.
Same. I
I
am
am
definitely
okay with that. Depending on the person. Sometimes it's a cop out, but a lot of times
Sometimes it's a way
two
out.
people. Well, it's two people who are having an intelligent conversation who get to an impasse.
Fine.
I get-
Larry,
And
let's just agree to disagree.
Exactly. That is point proven.
One man's impasse is another man's
It
ignorance.
is what it
Somebody
is.
asked me there, they said, how long have you known Larry? And I said, about a minute.
Which, if you're not from down
And-
south, could be like 10 minutes, or it could be 10 years.
40
Hey, so
years.
I don't mean to make this like academic here, but I am. And I think Ferg might be able to back this up as an American.
Because you guys are best friends
as an
now?
American historian.
Non-breeders.
George Washington, I believe, wrote an essay about
A few.
about tolerance,
Okay.
and he basically, he was so ahead of his time. He said, tolerance is bad. Tolerance means that you still don't like whatever is going on, but you're just like giving up and you're accepting it, rather than working on resolving it and making it into something that both parties can
He
be
said it.
comfortable with.
He said
And
it
I'm
more
paraphrasing
eloquently, but
very
yes.
largely. But it was
Oh.
a brilliant fucking.
I just gotta say,
Or thing.
UPC, you have, during this podcast, I have developed at least 6 new pet peeves.
Is that it?
I didn't
All right.
even- I didn't even
Please.
bring up
Okay.
religion.
All right, guys.
Who is
We're
left?
moving on. That would be Paul. You're next.
All right. Look, I'm gonna do these quick.
Yeah.
These.
Hang on.
He's what?
Trust
Nuts.
me.
These
Not-
nuts?
Not those. I didn't say that.
Apparently, a blind squirrel can
My
find.
mom raised me
Yeah.
better. Look, there's 2 things, and I can do them quick.
Well, since you did 2 on your hat draw.
Well, there
Well,
are.
yeah, but the first one I did was brief, as Elmer
It
Fudd would
was.
say. It was very brief. More
It was
briefy.
brief.
It was. All right.
You were
So the first one is this: there are sports commentators, anchormen, guys who call games, and I actually have never heard a female anchor do this. But when one team is playing another team, they will use the term verse. Okay, if you look at something written, right?
Oh, like
Team-
versus?
Right, Team A VS period Team B.
Yeah.
That's an abbreviation for verses.
Right?
There is no word that is then commiserate with that abbreviation that is called verse.
Nope.
And you
are
will
correct.
hear people that make millions
You
of
are
dollars
correct.
a year, and they'll go, you know, when Team A plays verse Team B. No, it's verses. You're a moron. It's wrong. There's no word. You're an idiot.
I have a
Don't
theory.
do it. And you know what it
Alright,
makes people do?
They-
It makes people dumber.
Look.
Because kids do it.
They,
No,
they
who
do.
are
They
these
do.
people saying it?
the
They're
pe-
former
the-
athletes.
No, they're
who had a
not.
fake bogus
No,
college degree.
no, they're
so
not.
they
Not
could
so
play.
much anymore.
No, they're not. I'm not saying they don't do it too, but I'm talking about guys that are
bachelor's
professional
degree in
anchors.
underwater basket
Exactly.
weaving.
No, I'm talking about guys that have been
Kinesiology.
professional anchors for 25
Underwater
years,
basket
and
weaving
they
is
say
hard.
verse.
You're
and verse
talking
is
about
an
guys
order.
Have you
that
tried?
have a degree in journalism.
No, I
from
didn't play
Northwest.
sports.
There you go. Right. No,
I have
I'm not
actually heard Grove versus Wade on news. Things.
Oh,
and it's,
right.
That's not even the sports
Right.
realm.
And my point is people are adopting
Yeah.
this stupid thing, and the only reason they say verse is they saw VS period, and you're an
Or
idiot.
V period,
It's just an abbreviation for verses.
All right.
Say the other
That's a
syllable.
Latin word, and we don't.
And the
teach Latin
last
anymore.
one is, and this is, I always have an extraordinarily, excruciatingly bad experience, and let me extend my remarks, extrapolate if you will. I'll give you 2 excellent examples. When people say, especially and escape, it's easier to say especially and escape. It's harder to say especially and escape. You're a moron if you're
Well,
saying
let me-
especially.
Wait.
There's
you
no
didn't-
X
you,
in any
You
of
didn't
it.
throw espresso in there?
Let me ask you.
That's another
let me
ridiculous
ask you
one.
something.
Okay, but
Paul.
that's different. That's different. Hang on. Stay with me. That's different. There's no reason to say especially or escape. X isn't in there. It's easier to say it the other way. And people regularly say it. Educated people, people on TV, whatever. There may be regional things, the way people say things, blah, 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 whatever. But especially and escape,
adding
mean
letters that aren't there.
you're a moron.
Yeah.
Okay? Not to, and I'm not even going to talk about
But what
length,
about
width, and height.
height? This one kills me.
I've said my
Chipotle. Chipotle.
Chipotle.
It's Chipotle.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
So
You don't say Altanta, the city in Georgia. You say Atlanta. So it's clearly possible in English to have a T followed by an L.
And
So why is
100%.
it?
And
why
I
is
realized,
Chipotle?
and I realized
The-
I got
the
it in the
fucking
3 first, so I'm
pronunciation.
a little long.
Yeah.
I
Though we are all over 40, so we do all say jalapeno.
Yeah, because you have to.
Right.
But I would say
Right.
it
We
seems
say it
like
ironically.
Correct. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Your amount of anger with those two that you just mentioned,
Mhm.
it seems as though the last shall be verse and the verse shall be last.
And on that note,
Well played, sir.
we're gonna move on to Ferg.
All right. So why is porn only 12 minutes?
We've been
It's
over
not.
We've been over this.
It's not.
Okay, I'm kidding.
Oh
I'm
my
kidding.
gosh.
12 minutes of porn, 48 minutes of shame.
Right.
Wow. That is the best closing peeve in the history of the world.
Well, it's not the closing.
No,
Oh, I'm
that-
sorry.
I was
he
just,
joking.
I was joking.
And yeah, his real one.
This is my real one. Oh, God, why? Someone just give me something to rant off about.
Go
because-
fund me.
Oh my God, GoFundMe! Why GoFundMe? Why will you not let me have $1 billion? I will go fight
He wants
crime.
to be a billionaire so freaking bad.
Right, I will go fight crime. I will hire someone to go fight crime. Fine, like, you know,
Bruno Mars, we owe you a nickel.
okay.
What?
Because I
Yeah, he quoted a Bruno Mars
quoted
song.
him. I didn't play him.
No.
Wait,
Right.
did you just say a Bruno Mars quote?
Quotation.
Quotation.
Oh,
You BC. I didn't even go there.
well, yes. Okay,
Fantastic.
fine. Okay, I'm not gonna rant because
Which is probably a Marvin Gaye quotation.
We are actually working on a line of shirts that we're going to start a GoFundMe to
okay.
earn.
And each
for-
one is $1 billion?
No.
Yeah.
There are different levels.
Don't be
If you want-
ridiculous. They're
If you
10,000.
want
Are we doing
this
pledge
shirt,
drive?
if you want this shirt, it's $20. Another shirt will be
$1 billion.
$500.
But with the
Another shirt will be
$500,
Yeah, so if you want to do
With the
a pledge
$500,
drive
you get
model,
B-sides.
I am your man. I have done pledge
You can
drive
be
on
real.
public radio
Well,
for
no.
years.
Actually, for
No, we want to make
that's
money,
true.
but
for $100,000, you get not only a T-shirt, a very, very special T-shirt that actually has a picture of Paul on it
Wow.
that says, "I'm a little drunk, okay." But you will also get access to all of the edited stuff
And
that I've cut out.
Unedited.
No, all the stuff I've edited
Okay,
out,
the cutting room floor.
Correct.
concept, Director's cut.
except for one. There's one that
Okay.
will not be
And
included.
I'll
in
even
that.
throw 2 scallops in.
Oh, and 2 scallops.
scallops.
What about
okay?
What about the evening with Bill?
No.
Oh,
No.
Sorry.
That's a different website.
That's
I overshot.
no. That's $1 million.
Okay. All right
And-
then.
And you get the T-shirt with Ferg's picture on it that says, "There's nothing domestic about Ferg."
And he will deliver it to your house, and you can wear it while you fight crime with him.
There you
But
go.
if it's $1 million, we can throw in craft dinner and a nice Reliant automobile. I mean, it's not
And
that.
Well-
Dijon ketchup.
Yeah, it's not that.
If I had $1 million.
Millions to throw
And
Dijon ketchup?
and
Nice.
a night with Bill and Heidi playing Farkle.
There you go. But it depends on where you live at.
But
Yeah.
keep an eye out. This will be coming in the next couple weeks. No,
Oh, wait.
we got one left. We're going to move on past the Ferg.
And now for a very special.
Now
tea.
for the special part of the evening.
Okay, so
We're
I'm
going
not.
to end with Michael.
Bless his heart.
Okay, so I don't know how relatable this is to anyone
Just
else.
so you know, he's wearing a shirt with
But-
cats on
Hey,
it.
hey, Mike.
They're
Yeah.
punk rock cats.
They're punk rock
Right.
cats.
Hey, Michael. It's the cutest cat shirt I've ever seen a
They're
special
kind
ed
of
kid wear.
post-punk though. They're a
There's
little
no
bit
doubt
post-punk.
about it.
My
Yeah, let
pet
Michael
peeve
speak.
is that whenever I go to talk, everyone else has something else to no, I'm kidding. No. But no, I don't know how relatable this is to anyone else, but a personal pet peeve of mine, and this happens at work quite a bit and other
I wouldn't
places.
know.
And other places, but that's going to remain nameless. It's that when I am in the process of doing something, a task, whatever, and a person tells me to do that task that I am doing. For instance, oh, can you organize this as I'm organizing it? It annoys the hell out of me.
So in other words, you work in a place that has middle management,
I am the middle management.
and there's your business
Sorry.
model problem.
I'm sorry. Just for the record, I do whatever you tell me almost every time you tell me to do it.
That's true.
Okay.
Hey, Michael, could you give us your pet peeve?
I'm staring with loathing at Bill right now.
There was
so
a little-
everyone knows.
No,
There was
no,
a little noise there where we were distracted.
Fear
That was
and
that was
loathing.
that was a little past loathing.
There was no fear.
Almost to murderous intent, but it's okay because no one's getting killed tonight.
Yeah.
Well,
On air.
Not on tape.
We haven't had a taco yet.
we haven't. All right,
Follow-up episodes
So-
to do this.
we're gonna definitely have to revisit this topic. We've got several topics to
I
revisit.
mean, I can go for years on this topic alone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey,
Exactly.
hey, remember when Kiss did the album?
Exactly.
Did the album where they
With no
had
makeup?
no. They were makeup, but they had the four faces on the
Yeah.
album, and I can't remember. Was it?
Rock and roll over.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, they all did solo albums, and each of their solo albums had the same face from that album on it. So we could do individual pet peeve episodes,
All right.
but
Okay.
we're not doing it.
No.
No.
But I'm just saying, there's an idea, you know.
we haven't even gotten into superstition.
You know, if some. Oh yeah, no,
Oh.
that's going to be a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one where you and I will be best friends.
I'm not looking.
And
forward
superstitions
to that
are a
one.
pet peeve. So,
Oh yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Well, probably not the same ones he's
But
talking about.
superstitions in a very.
Hey, we're not talking about the Bibble.
Yeah.
Very-
Oh.
What?
Well, all that is just. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
We'll save that.
Yeah.
Let's
And-
just tease that
now-
future episode.
Now, if we had money, you know, if you guys want to subscribe, that would be awesome. Then we could afford to fade out right now to Stevie Wonder song "Superstition," which is amazing.
Paul,
we
do the
can't.
drum line.
But we can't. Yeah.
Instead, we're
that's what
going
we
to fade
got.
out to Pet Shop Peeves.
And no, instead we're gonna fade out to
Paul.
good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us this week on The Men Are Talking.
Look, I'm a little drunk, okay?